are they going to be best friends? Oh no. I've misread the situation.
Severely.
Bedtime Babble.
This is all about Seagal and Tyson.
Yeah.
No, anyone that clicks on this video who's a stray, that's what they come for. So let's give them that.
Oh, licks his ear.
Let's do the same with this
We're
video as this
selling it.
film did to us.
Yeah.
Let's just sell it on the basis of Seagal and Tyson. Do you reckon that's a little nod to the whole Evander Holyfield thing?
Why you got to bring up the past, Dave?
They're in one scene together.
One scene together and then sporadically peppered through the film to ill effect.
Plus,
How are you, sweetheart?
right?
Yeah,
Fucking of course.
lad. Tribal warfare.
Also known as...
China salesman.
Also known as...
Tyson versus Seagal.
Also, that's not an official one. 3 official names: Tribal Warfare, China Salesman, and Deadly Contract.
It's one of those things where you're like, yeah, Seagal, I know him. Yeah, against Tyson, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's anyone, really.
And I'll be honest, like, being
Like, that's why we
truthful-
did Steve Austin before.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
totally.
all right.
And the Van Damme one, although it wasn't
Yeah.
the Van Damme you thought it was. but
No, shame.
in any case, it was still a reasonably good experience.
This is shit.
Tyson, Seagal. If that's what's drawn you to this film, then you are in luck, because 5 minutes in,
Yeah, they don't.
they don't waste any time.
Nope.
5 minutes
No.
into this film, there is a dust up.
Oh,
The only dust up.
The only dust up. The only time, in fact, that they share on screen. Tyson plays a character who doesn't drink. He's not allowed to leave the bar if he doesn't have a drink. He says, I'm not having a drink. They try to feed him a pint full of piss.
did that man just piss in that glass?
I don't know.
And
Steven Seagal makes someone piss on command.
Yep.
I mean, I would. If Seagal came at me and went, piss in this now,
He
I'd
didn't-
be
he
like,
didn't-
yes!
He didn't even need to say anything. He just
No.
went,
Yeah, he was like, come on. We've got another one of them religious folk.
But I will stick to my fate.
They then have a fight, and Tyson beats everyone up, including
Yeah.
the first time in 20 years.
Oh. He knocked him out.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of Seagal. The first time Seagal's been beaten in an on-screen fight.
And I tell you what.
Well, he does. He's not actually there for that bit.
To Chris's point there, he's not there for that bit. It was done by a stunt double, and he also wasn't aware that that was how the fight ended.
Serve me pee or die!
Serve me pee, you die.
No, those are rules to live by.
And I don't know if this is just a made-up internet fact or is actually sort of there's some element
it's
of
a
truth.
rumour. This is BNTB Broomer.
No, that bit's not rumour.
Okay.
The bit that I'm going to say now is rumour.
BNTB Broomer.
How Seagal found out was that someone shouted at him on a street that it was great to see you get your ass kicked by Tyson, and he had a meltdown.
Oh, wow. So
Oh.
he hadn't even
Seagal
seen
had a
his own
meltdown.
film.
No, he hadn't seen the film. Of course he had. What's he need to see this? He knows his shit.
Why would he watch it? I don't think Steven
You want
Seagal
about?
would watch one of his own films.
You don't think he's watching his own films?
Not at this point. No.
I doubt if you were to say
In
to
2017, Seagal, no.
if you were to sit 2017 Seagal down
Yeah.
and say to Seagal, I'd like to see your last movie. What title should I search for on Netflix?
Yeah.
He'd look at you and he'd say,
Absolutely.
No,
because he doesn't know what he's in.
He'd say,
he turns up for the fucking
deadly.
Yeah.
deadly
warrior?
sin,
Secret.
Aggression.
soldier,
Fatal. Something
yeah.
about fatal.
How you doing, sweetheart? Everything good? Happy? All right?
Within the first 5 minutes of the movie, you get the fight, and Tyson wins the fight.
Yeah,
and then
It's
they
not
don't.
a bad fight.
I
to be
was gonna
fair.
It
say-
is a bad fight.
Oh, well.
No, it's not. It's not terrible. I
It's
think
terrible.
for what this is.
Or it's the best Seagal I've seen in yonks.
Because he's not in it.
It
not him.
felt like it was. It was the best cut around a body double
Yeah.
I have seen in a Seagal film for quite some time. That wasn't
No,
Seagal.
It was not Seagal. But that in itself does not make it a good fight scene.
Yeah,
it just makes it less
helps.
bad than some of the other ones
Yeah.
we've seen.
Yeah, but
That's the best. Yeah, that's the level.
That's the
What
field
else you
we're
been
in.
what are you watching of Seagal recently where you're like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Fucking boring shit. But you know the quality of what he's at right now, and this is the best of. Come on.
It's still a terrible fight scene. In film, in action fighting film terms, it's terrible. Gal was an arse on the set. Like, he only turned up for a couple of days, and he insisted apparently on telling everyone that he invented kung fu. And someone laughed and thought he was joking. And in retaliation, apparently he cleared out the fucking catering. Just took all of the food.
I don't think that's how. I think, you know, when you're like, you're looking for an excuse.
Oh yeah, maybe looking for an excuse, but
I really want to take all of that food.
Yeah.
But apparently,
I'll
yeah.
pretend I'm pissed. I'll pretend I invented karate, and when someone laughs, I'll nick it all. What a dick.
it's a very Seagal thing to do.
Genuinely think he believes all this shit that he says.
But yeah, 12
No.
million tomatoes.
I honestly think he believes it.
That might have been like he might have, maybe he meant that in a joke.
No, apparently he was very serious. I mean, I wasn't there.
BNTB Broomer.
I don't know how accurate this information is, but
I
it rings true for me based on kind of other facts and things that we've read. So this sounds like it's a Tyson movie or a Seagal movie. It is not.
No way.
This film is about a Chinese telecoms company
Yeah.
winning a contract. It's like the most boring corporate thriller mixed with a shit Seagal film. And in the process of doing so, there's a bit of espionage and sabotage that goes on where someone tries to jeopardize
The bid. Yeah. Oh, that was a nice one.
Nice, yeah. Send that to him after.
Yeah, I'd put that on my Instagram.
That's kind of it. Oh,
Yeah.
and
Oh, no,
there's
a civil war.
There's some mild peril. It's set in this
Mild
in an
peril,
African
civil war.
country. no, what? Because it's so fucking.
How
I've seen this
BBC of you.
I've seen this film.
Just hearing, yeah. You go, yeah. It's a bit of mild scuffle. Sorry, I had to leave you behind.
Yeah.
She was so close.
She was like, oh, I'm not dead.
Oh, sorry, I've got to go.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think the main reason is this film is so unmemorable. I've watched it twice and I've forgotten half of what happens, and I've written
But
it down.
You don't
But
really need to know.
Only
No.
the best.
Hello.
Hello. It gets sabotaged by a French Bond villain.
You're nothing but a liar. You just make a fool of us in there.
In case you haven't noticed, you're no match for that Chinese guy.
They want to start a civil war so that they can extract minerals, effectively. Disney villain wants to steal the source code for the communications technology because it makes transmission faster, and he's trying to sell it to the American military.
He wants all the free G.
Like and subscribe.
But the main character, the lead character, is Yan Jian, and he's played by a chap called Dongju Li.
What are you talking about? The bidding is still not finished, but you've already made up your mind. This is unfair.
It's more than fair.
It's a Chinese-funded film
Yeah,
made
very
for
clearly.
a Chinese audience, and it centers around, essentially, one of the reviews I read of it said that it basically it plays like a Chinese propaganda movie.
Hey, take this. Like a charm.
Lucky Charm? I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's
I'm not
like a
taking that.
nice little pebble that you put in your pocket or something, is
I
it?
love the idea, but I'm not taking
Yeah.
it with me. Up a ladder.
Is just essentially saying China's great and everyone else,
It's like
you know,
America,
we're
like
good
America,
for everyone.
fuck yeah, but
Yeah.
to China.
There is a scene where they get attacked by opposition soldiers, and they're in sort of a bit of a standoff. They're kind of penned in.
Perhaps Do we have anything with the UN symbol on it?
And they haven't got one. So the main character chap, Yan Jian, pulls out a Chinese flag and says, try this. And they do, and they can just drive through with the flag sort of, blowing in slow motion.
Like, it saves the day.
Yeah.
Kind of also makes sense that they go, oh my God, they're Chinese representatives, don't shoot them because that could be more trouble than it's worth.
I'm not really challenging the...
No, I'm just saying, like,
it's the principle. The thing that doesn't really make a lot of sense is why the Seagal and the Tyson bits live around this story about what's there.
Because they can sell more DVDs.
I suppose you bought one, didn't you?
And actually, Chris bought this one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Well done.
Tyson's character is hired by the French Disney villain.
Mr. Duchamp.
Don't worry, the police have been paid off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. It's like he's in a different film.
Yeah.
And I love that actually.
It's like Princess Bride 7 or
Yes.
something.
The Mentulu warriors galloped across Africa 2,000 years ago, leaving a glorious...
He's like a Disney villain.
Isn't he?
Yes.
He could be animated, couldn't he?
It's like he's in a panto.
He's played by a chap called Clovis Fouin.
Which I couldn't find much information on.
No, there's not much information about much of this.
15 minutes, all the sat phone in this country will be blocked, except ours. This is a new frequency. Only you and I know it. Remember this.
It's like just endless pockets. There's a lot of exposition sitting around tables talking about different types of technology. There's a whole row at 12 minutes in about tech standards to be used for the tender
And it
process.
seems quite legitimate. I don't know how true what they're
Yeah.
saying is, but it almost seems like you're watching a documentary. All that business talk just felt like being at work. Yeah. Being told something I didn't really care about.
Being invited to a meeting that I'm probably not supposed to be on the invite for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why they went, shit, we got to get Seagal and Mike Tyson to fight around this.
Yeah.
And they went, yeah, all right, that'll sell a few more.
Yeah, put it in the first 5 minutes, get everyone in,
Yeah, that's
and
it.
then they'll sit there waiting for the next one to happen,
And
and
it-
it won't.
You stay out of this!
Tyson does some acting in this film.
Yeah, I was
He
gonna
does.
At the end,
I-
he does some act. He does I don't know if you noticed, but he is also attempting an African accent.
I have sinned against the Don tribe. I have sinned against Africa.
Is he trying to do an accent?
I thought his acting was all right.
I thought
No, there's some bits where he sat there like a robot.
Kaba, this is what I found about the Mentulu kingdom from the largest libraries in the world. Although your ancestors...
is he walking funny or is it just me?
He's really concentrating on it. Some of the stuff that he had to do, I was like, that's all right.
Do you know what?
He's trying.
He said,
Let go of your dreams of recovering the ancient kingdom. Let go of your hatred.
Oh, he's actually really been through it, this bloke, isn't he? Yeah,
He's really trying, isn't
no,
I mean, he's terrible, but he
Yeah.
is really trying. He's not good, but he is actually
Yeah.
trying, which is a stark contrast
Yeah.
to Seagal, who hasn't been trying for the last 20 years.
Oh, it's Jabba's palace.
would you have more credit for Seagal if he was trying?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd have
Yeah.
if he
Have
wasn't
some
always
respect
so
of your
if he wasn't
craft.
always so obviously dialing it in
Mm.
and acting like, but he also does it with a sense of arrogance.
So what do you want from me?
There's a sense of arrogance
Which-
in what he does, which is like, this is all I need to do and you'll be satisfied because
Yeah.
that's how good I am.
Which I would say works very well in this film.
Listen, man, I don't care who you are or about your veiled threats. When I say no, it means no.
That's right.
for who he plays,
yeah,
because
like,
he's one of those
'Cause it's
ex-shady mercenary runs
Yeah.
a bar in an African country.
Yeah, he's got like that swagger, and you're like, yeah, this
It
is
suits him.
very well
He looks.
suited to you.
You're kind of sleazy.
Yeah.
Well, this role probably suits him better than roles that we've seen of around
He's
a
a
similar
police
time,
officer.
where he's a policeman or a
Yeah.
soldier or whatever. Yes, this
Yeah.
does suit him more so.
Yeah.
He loves sending women away,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
It's a power trip, I
Yeah.
think. That's his
flex.
Yeah.
Pat on the bum. On your way, love.
Already I feel it's more believable than some of the stuff we've seen. I'm like, yeah, I get this.
Yeah, but I kind of get the sense that that's just fortunate coincidence. He'd have done it the same regardless. It just so happens that
absolutely.
it
I'm saying he's doing the same shtick. It's just he's not a sniper special ops.
He's not a good guy. That's the thing, isn't it? He's not a good guy in this.
No.
He tries to make someone drink piss.
Send me pee or die!
They all have their sort of mini moments of redemption. So Seagal helps out Yan Jian when they're trying to steal his program for the 3G.
Something.
That Chinese guy is in over his head. Don't get upset with him.
I thought the leads were quite likable, actually. I thought they were
The
quite...
leads?
Yeah, I thought the two...
Yeah,
they were like...
passable.
Yeah, they were nice.
Susanna was a bit hot and cold.
With the rapid development of wireless telecommunications, new products come out every 8.
Why did she say it like that?
She was
Less
love
love for her.
Yeah, like 20. Well, she was like his love interest though, and like so there's a weird relationship between the two of them. Look at him having fun.
Oh, he's like, I can do some... Oh, yeah.
There's an initial sort of animosity between them because she's the one who's supposed to be awarding the tender and he's one of the companies bidding for it. So there's sort of almost like this conflict of interest thing, and they're a bit aggressive towards each other. And then very quickly, they're just in a car together and become sort of chummy. And then they mistakenly kidnap a young girl. The way the scene is set up, it's almost like she's going through a genital mutilation.
What is happening?
Don't cry.
Did they just say, don't cry, sacrifice her?
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah. Then it turns out that's the misunderstanding, and that's not actually what was happening. But you don't really find out what was happening, as
Excuse
far as I
me.
recall.
Why do you harm a child? Why do you harm?
Oh, my God, we're going to Wicker Man it.
It's not gonna bring back your honey.
But then the following scene that they're in together, they're back in kind of the boardroom type scenario, and she's very horrible again, or not very nice. There's a whole big thing about she actually calls him to his face the China salesman.
But now, let's see what this China salesman will have for us for the main course.
Oh, there you go. There's the original title of the movie.
That's his nickname.
They call him that. That's used a lot.
Yeah, but then he gets a little monologue bit where he talks to her about showing him respect and calling him Mr. Yan.
Why don't you call me Mr. Yan or Yan Jian? You have my name in front of you. That's the least thing you can do to show respect.
But then by the end of the film...
Suzanne.
Yes? Is it really you?
Yeah.
I can't believe it's you.
It is me.
She's quite clearly all sort of loved up with him, but there's no progress to go from where they didn't like each other to where they do like each other because they flip-flop through that.
It's Tank Girl. And then Tyson gets a tank.
Tyson...
He does, but she's clearly not in.
That's where he's meant to be.
That's his command tank.
Yeah.
But he was in a room. It's huge as well.
Yep.
It's massive.
It's
that
really
tank.
roomy.
Tyson's character story in this is he's from an African tribe, but his tribe over time has been displaced and had their lands kind of stolen from them. So his motivation in this is actually to try to create
get
an unstable environment to then get land and sort of bring his people back together.
You know, I had a dream last night. Dream about the land that my tribe is going to be living on. It's a beautiful land.
That sounds like a wonderful dream. I'm sure it will come true.
You fucking idiot.
Tyson gets the whole end of the film. His big speech happens right
Oh,
at
it
the end.
does.
It's the
Yeah.
last thing that happens.
Yeah.
Somebody has to die. Someone has to.
He gives a little impassioned speech.
Yeah, and then kills himself in front of a crowded room full of people. And everyone's really upset about it. he goes through this arc of wants to get his tribal lands back and then realizes kind of
He can't.
so he can't,
kills
and
himself. And he went, "I'll do it.
Yeah.
Do I have to do an African accent? Because I will."
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Oh, what's that? What's the matter with his face?
That's him doing his crime face.
I don't think that was. That looked like he'd smelt vinegar. Seagal comes back into it at the end.
Yeah, he
Seagal
does.
briefly comes back into it in terms of preventing the computer program getting into the wrong hands. He has a hand in that. But
Yeah.
he does it on or someone does it on a motorbike, and then you see his face through the crash helmet superimposed.
It was
That
Seagal.
but it
that
wasn't, was it?
No, it wasn't, but it was.
It was
It
Seagal,
was
but it
meant to
wasn't.
be Seagal, yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like they made a film for a certain audience, and then they tacked a couple of bits on either end for a different audience, which is exactly what they did, because the middle of the
they could
film is for the
resell it.
Chinese market,
Yeah.
and then the other two ends, the bookends are for the American market.
No need to call. Let's just fight with them.
General, it must be Mauler for sure.
But we must figure out the cause for General Toger's death.
This is all so fucking bonkers. This film, how much do you think this film cost to make, having watched it?
Oh, I think I know, so I'll let Tom guess.
I'll say 40 million, with most of it going towards Tyson and Seagal.
That's very generous. No, apparently it was 12 million.
Okay.
This film cost to
But
make.
that's, probably because who they're paying.
Fuck you.
That's right. Stone Cold Steve Tallman was going to have you.
12 million budget. How much do you think it made?
100 million.
100
that would
million.
make it an incredible success. And we know that that's not the case. 1.2 million box office. With 10% of its budget it made back.
It bombed in China as well.
Yeah,
right?
that's the thing.
That's
it
what I
wasn't
was
successful.
thinking,
Yeah,
like-
it wasn't successful in the Chinese market.
Because it's not a good film.
No,
at all.
no, that's the thing.
You think
like,
that's why it failed?
Yes, I do think that's right about.
That's quite the fall,
Yeah.
isn't
It's
it?
quite an impressive fall.
There's some cool stunts.
Yeah.
Just make that very clear. Don't watch this. Unless you just watch them have a fight. But it is a kind of good value to watch them fight. But I think that only gets it like half a star.
Don't worry about DH showing their source code to the court. They'd go bankrupt before they could win the lawsuit.
Anyone that's trying to do an accent sounds like a joke. Half a star from me. Yeah, you get the little fight out of it. Tyson has a few funny moments, but then there's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's not boringly horrible, but it's not so bad it's good at that point. It's another film.
Here is the authorization letter from our board and the certificate of the file number from our European office. Check that.
Half a mark from me as well. It's worthy of a quick look in.
So Tribal Warfare gets 1.5 out of 15.
So what did you think of Tribal Warfare? Have you seen it? Well, that's probably the question I should have asked first. So have you seen Tribal Warfare? If you have, what did you think about it? Leave a comment for us. If you haven't, tell us what you thought of our review. Any more recommendations for terrible films? Greatly received.
Thank you to our Patreons. Thank you very much for your continued support.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you got this far in the video and you haven't done so yet, please like it. Please subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about it. Every little helps. We're a tiny channel trying to get bigger. So anything you can do to help.
We just want more subscribers for Christmas. You put a little subscriber in my mug.
My mog.